welcome back. Today we are discussing episode 14 of the Dicely campaign. Links are in my bio up there if you're on Instagram, or perhaps you are joining us on YouTube now. Shout out Denny for putting these videos up on the Dicely YouTube channel now. Denny's been editing these videos as they go up on YouTube to have little character art and overlays as I talk. Something a little bit like this, or this. I'm sure those were spectacular, whatever they were. Anywho, this is a long episode, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get rolling. We start the episode at the beginning of a chase. A small creature has just jumped onto Azaria, stolen our sending parchment, and has run off into the streets. Denny's got this homebrew chase system going on, which I think was a very clever touch because someone like Elwyn is never going to be able to keep up with a person like Abe or Drac. And I can see how designing a chase to account for the varying speeds in a party wouldn't really work very well. So this is a whole custom system that's based on dice rolls, and you get bonuses to your dice rolls depending on your speed, but it helps level the playing field a bit and helps balance the encounter, I think. So we chase this thing through the streets and we actually do manage to keep up with him. The entire party manages to keep up with him. We eventually do manage to nab him. Abe grabs him around the throat from the back of a horse, and we drag him into an alleyway so that we can talk to him a little bit more privately. This guy is a rat folk, and he introduces himself as Panna, and he wears a blue headband which lets us know that he is from the Stormguard gang. We interrogate him for a while. He gives us a little bit of information, but it's clear that he doesn't really know a whole lot about what's going on. He does tell us a little bit about what he knows about the different gangs in the city and what he knows about the job that their gang specifically was asked to do. A reminder back to last week, the whole reason we're talking to gangs is that we know there's going to be a big secret meeting at some point, and in order to get access to the meeting, we are trying to perform a job that was given to us, posing as members of the Cowl and Crew gang, which is a thieves guild settled in this city. They weren't interested in going to the meeting on their own, so we are posing as them and trying to get in. Panna also tells us a little bit about the lieutenant of his gang who is here in the city and will probably also be at this meeting. His name is Duggar? Dogger? I wish I wrote things down phonetically. And he's known to wear a wide-rimmed hat. And that's the only defining characteristic of him because he is a changeling. When we finally get done talking to Panna, we hand him off to the guards, and the guards ask us if we've gotten the letter from Janet. Janet being the guard captain in the city, we're working with her on this case, and we've been exchanging letters via the hotel innkeeper. And we have not seen this latest letter from her, so we go back to the inn and we get it, and the letter says, hey, don't do anything yet, hold on a sec. Which is a shame because in the last episode, we did a lot of things. But Janet does get things smoothed over for us, and she says we can help you complete your job without actually having to commit any crimes. Which is good because we were really bad at that last week. So we head back over to the Golden Lion restaurant for the second time today. Last time we were there, they were not so interested in helping us out, but now that the guards have spoken to them, they understand that we're there, and we kind of need to make it look like we're causing some trouble, but really we're all on the same page here. Except for maybe Abe. I'm not sure Abe is on the same page, because he kicks open their door, breaks some mirrors, they go down into the basement and smash some wine, which is, I guess more realistic if someone comes to check and make sure that we actually did the job that we were supposed to do, but it felt like we didn't really need to break all of their stuff. In any case, we get the contract we need from the restaurant owner and tear it up, and we're heading back to the hotel so that we can write on our sending parchment to the meeting owner and tell him that we've completed our job. But as we're walking, we hear a cry of help from a nearby alleyway, and we decide to go investigate it. We find a dragonborn that's in a fight with a couple other guys. We pull them off of each other, and Abe, Azaria, and I interrogate this dragonborn while Nell and Drac talk to the other two. Well, the other one. We knocked out one of them. The dragonborn turns out to be a poisoner. He's kind of a bad guy. The other two are gang members from the Maryhall gang. They tell us the details they know about the different gangs in the city and about what's going to happen at this meeting, and are genuinely just pretty helpful. The Maryhill gang is also a gang that is supposed to be known for stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Nell kind of questions them on this and asks if the money actually ever does make it to the poor, and this guy at least seems to think so. So seeing as they are kind of okay, Nell and Drac let them go. So, now that we've completed our crimes, we head back to the hotel and write on our sending parchment that we have completed the job. A few moments later, we receive a notice back that tells us the time and location of this meeting, and it's happening tomorrow evening. We have until 8 p.m. tomorrow to figure out what we're gonna do and prepare for it. And I guess, the group's just had a big day, so we decide to do a little shopping montage. The group goes down to the market and purchases a whole bunch of different random things. Nell gets a little fox pendant. Azaria and I pick up some components for our toolkits. Abe buys a dragon glass battle axe. As we all get ready to go, though, we realize that Nell is no longer with us, and the group wanders around the market a little bit trying to find her. Eventually, we go back to the hotel to try to see if she's there. She isn't, so we go back out into the streets trying to hunt her down. Meanwhile, Nell has gone up to the clock tower to just have some alone time, but she freaks the rest of the group out. I don't think it's a great idea to go wandering off in the middle of this crime-ridden city without telling anyone where you're going. So we have a little talking to her when we do find her, but generally everything is fine. She's safe, we're safe. We all reconvene, go back to the hotel, have some dinner together, and it's off to bed. Gideon heads back to DNR Solutions where he's been staying for free, and as he goes to sleep, a memory comes back to him, and he dreams or remembers about a time when he was much younger, maybe 8 or 9 years old. He comes into his living room and Charity Cozybug is there. Charity Cozybug is the head of the Arcanet Institute. She's an incredibly powerful wizard, one of the leaders in the Battle of Brilbar. And she's there because someone has had a vision about Gideon. Gideon has this pale opalescent mark on his chest, and she asks to see it. She does some magic on it and eventually just sends him on his way. Gideon doesn't really understand what's going on. As he's leaving to go outside and find his siblings, he overhears Charity speaking with his parents. And Denny gives us 4 words that Gideon hears from this: training, sorcerer, wizard, and host. 3 of those 4 words don't concern me. Host concerns me a little bit. And that's where the episode ends. Maybe if we ever make it to that library, we can do some research on this. The library is part of the Arcanet Institute, which is what Charity Cozybug runs. I wonder if there are records somewhere in there about Gideon. Probably not in the main library, but I wonder if we could get further in there and find out what she knows about him. In any case, that is all for this week, my friends. The next episode of Play Dicely will be streamed live on November the 6th, which is a week earlier than you might think it'll be. We're catching up on skipping 2 weeks a couple weeks ago, and so we're doing 2 in a row this time. Follow us on Twitch and get alerted when we go live. Twitch.tv/DicelyDND. Come hang out with us and watch us struggle our way through this meeting. But my friends, that's it. That's all for this week. I hope you are all staying happy, staying kind, and as always, playing Dicely. Bye-bye-bye!